Captain, first of all, it's a very sad day for sports. Can you just explain, first of all, why you've had to withdraw all local sports sponsorships?
Yeah, I think we had announced some time back because we could see the impact of 35% tax on revenue before. So what we did is that we sent notices out to all our partners. And this is because if you pay the 35% tax on revenue, it becomes a very, very heavy on your expenses. Remember, we're also very big on marketing in terms of advertising in the newspapers and everything. So sponsorships are part of that expense. And for us to continue operating so that we don't start considering job losses and everything, we just have to drop sponsorships.
When you say 35%, can you explain exactly how that 35% will impact the company?
Yeah, 35% is 35% on our revenue, which means just our gross gaming revenue. So when that happens is that you have to again take care of expenses after you pay the tax. And remember, this is a monthly tax. So long as there's you have some turnover and some revenue, you have to pay the tax. Now, if you consider now your expenses, then it becomes very difficult now to take care of everything else, whereby you are supposed to deliver revenue for the shareholders as well, basically operate as any other business should. So what happens when I'm reporting to my board, they would have to understand why I'm spending so much on sponsorships and I'm not making the business work as it should, basically as a revenue generator for the shareholders.
In terms of revenue, can you first of all give us an idea of figures SportPesa possibly made last year? Tell us how this is going to impact you.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to figure out, because I was trying to get the tax we paid for the year ending 2015. I can't remember correctly, but it was probably approximately 1.7 billion shillings. That's the tax we paid net. So you see what happens when you do a 35% on revenue, and this is net profit. So it really has a significant impact, a very huge impact on our balance sheet. So it becomes very difficult to justify the sponsorships.
When you look at the impact your sponsorship has made on football, rugby, boxing, just tell us the figures involved in that and how much this is going to impact the sports community.
Yeah, what happened was we spent approximately 600 million in direct sponsorships. But remember, at the same time, to activate the sponsorships, we have all these training camps. We all have all these capacity building exercises where we send some people up to the UK or Spain for capacity building. So if you look at the total bill, including the training camps and everything, it goes close to 1 billion shillings per year.
What's the future of the company in this country? There's a lot of talk about you possibly shifting base to Tanzania.
SportPesa is here to stay, and that's why for us to be a viable company, we need to cut the sponsorships. And the issue of shifting to Tanzania doesn't arise because, you see, the operation in Tanzania exists as it is. So the idea for expansion wasn't to really shift, but to have operations in other countries. So Tanzania will continue to operate as is. Kenya will continue to operate as is. It's just that now Kenya, the burden of sponsorships becomes too huge with the new taxation laws.
Just looking at it's almost like a cat and mouse game between the government and the sports betting companies. Of course, SportPesa has been at the forefront of this. What is the immediate future? What are you doing? Are you appealing again? Are you hoping to meet the president?
Yes, we're definitely appealing. We're definitely appealing the decision because we still feel that it's not fair for us to be taxed so heavily because we are an industry like any other. So we also deserve fairness and justice. At the same time, because this is a regulatory issue, I would love to meet His Excellency the President so that we can sit down. If there are regulation issues, they can be sorted out. And they cannot be sorted out without having the stakeholders present. So that's why I was looking and really calling out to meet the President, because we've not been called by any other stakeholder. We've not been called by the Cabinet Secretaries to have a discussion about the issue. And that's why now we are really calling on the President to have a look at this.
Finally, from your point of view, you're here to stay in Kenya?
Yes, we are definitely here to stay. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.